Alright, so this is the end of the first weekend. Half of the course is over with. And you don't have to come back for another month. And after another month, you're going to be sick of me. And sick of this course. Alright, so this is today. What do we have now? The next weekend that we meet, we're also meeting a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This makes it so you only have to travel to California twice, not 3 times. So think about the money you're saving in your airline ticket. And then on the 3rd day, you have to think about something positive at this point. I'm saving money. I don't have to come here 3 times. I only have to come here twice. Okay. Next time you come here is going to be the weekend of November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Probably going to be an easier weekend because most of your work is going to be done by then. Okay? And on Sunday, when you're starting to book your flights, which you're probably going to do soon if you haven't done it already, make sure you stay long enough to take the final exam. Final exam is going to be given to you on Sunday, November 4th. It's going to start, I'm going to try and start it earlier. I'll probably start it after our lunch break. So if you're booking a flight, you're cutting it kind of close if you go before 5 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, because we're really close to San Jose Airport if you're leaving out of San Jose. You probably could book out of here as soon as you finish that final exam and make it to the airport probably by 5. No, you're shaking your head no? Don't do it, it's too close? Alright, it's also Sunday night too, it might be crowded. Maybe book a later flight, but you can fly out Sunday night. So, alright, I know, he's like... So some of you who are flying in, as a caveat, some of you guys, this is the first weekend, the first time we've done this, and we're taking attendance at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, November 2nd. So, if you know your flight's going to come in at 10 o'clock in the morning, if you send me a little email message and let me know ahead of time, as long as not everybody's doing this, I can make minor exceptions for people. Which means you're not going to get attendance credit. However, if you're on the borderline of not meeting attendance, I can take that into consideration. Here's how the attendance sort of works, and I hesitate even mentioning this, but each day is broken out into 2 sections, if you haven't noticed. You're allowed to miss, we calculated this out, is it 4 sections?
3 sections.
3?
Because 70% you said you have to meet.
You have to make 70% of your attendance. So those people who attended all 3 days today actually are in good shape. Which means you can probably show up late on Friday and miss the morning and not get it counted, and you'll still be in good shape. Depending upon if you've missed anything this weekend. You need to be here on Sunday, however, because that's when the final exam will be given. I can't give you the final exam prior to Sunday, so you have to be here on Sunday. If you want to be relaxed about Friday, you possibly could be, depending upon how you've met the attendance already. So if you've got full 100% for the entire weekend, don't stress about showing up later on Friday morning. It's good to show up on Friday because you'll miss critical information and assignments and things, and you'll have to spend the rest of the weekend catching up. However, there's nothing that you have to stress about, is what I'm saying. 70% attendance is what you need for this course. If you don't have 70% attendance, and here's the caveat, for those people who haven't shown up today, who didn't show up Friday or Saturday, they're already failed the course. They're already gone, and I got about 10 people already in that category, which is amazing. So there's nothing I can do about it. It's the university's requirement. Okay. Now, for each hour in class, we're supposed to have 3 hours outside of class. So I have to give you assignments that you have to do in between this class meeting and next class meeting. We have some assignments that you have to do, and I've listed them in the syllabus. And the syllabus has got them in here for at the end of the first class meeting, before the second class meeting. Here it is. We have the midterm exam that's going to be handed out at the end of the first weekend, which is right now. We also have assignment number 1, 2, and 3 that are going to be due. All this stuff is due on November 1st, which is the Thursday before you show up. So sometime before the Thursday before you show up, submit this stuff. It's not as hard as it looks. Let me explain what I mean. Let's start with the midterm, because the midterm is the most point value. All of the items are in bhacker.com. All of the items are also on the LMS. If you look in the assignment section, you'll see all of these items. Let me give you a few pointers about the midterm. The midterm's about 37-ish, 33 multiple choice questions. I can tell you right now, you are not being graded on each single question. I'm not going to go through. I guess I could have my TA do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go through and grade every single one of those questions. However, if you actually read the questions and answer the questions and know the answers to the questions, and I have a solution sheet for this that I'll give you during the first day on Friday, which is why this has to be turned in by November 1st, because on November 2nd, we're going to go over this stuff. Because these are the questions or sample questions that you'll see on the final exam. So it's nice to know this stuff, actually. These questions are challenging. These questions are not meant to be easy. Don't stress about how many you're getting right or wrong. Highlight the ones you think are the best. Make your best guess. Upload it. Save a copy of it. Compare it with the answer sheet that we're going to go over on Friday of the next week. And then you'll understand where you missed things. You're not being graded on right or wrong answers. This would take you 5 minutes to put together. Not time consuming. Okay. Assignments number 1, 2, and 3 are also due by November 1st. And so assignment number 1 is 30-something pages long. 32 pages long. You do not have to read 32 pages of stuff. What you do is you skip to the bottom of this here. And I actually mentioned this and I went over this already. There's 3 scenarios. And then scenario number 1 is doable. Scenario number 2 is not really. Scenario number 3 is not really doable either. I mean, you can get close. Make an attempt to complete it. List your assumptions. List everything else. If you totally forget, in fact, most people by the time they get home are not going to forget everything from this weekend. If you have totally forgotten everything from this weekend, the 33 pages are nice refresher material. So you'll be looking at it and be going, what in the world is an entity? And then search through the document and you'll find all of the information. You may use any syntax that you want. Any syntax that's associated with entity relationship diagramming, or make up your own syntax. I know, could you go outside? I'm sorry, okay. If you hold out for 5 more minutes, you can talk as loud as you want. Any syntax that you want. If you have a problem, question, concern, send me an email message, send me the assignment and say, hey, is this what you're looking for? Same thing that you guys did in here, but put it all together. Send me an email message, say, is this okay? And I can reply back, no, add this, or do that, or no, this is good, this is good. And I can pre-screen it for you. You don't have to show it to me live. You can email it to me. That's what I'm saying. And that way you guarantee that you've got it correct. Assignment number 2 is easier. Assignment number 1 is a little hectic. It's a little challenging. The midterm's a no-brainer. Assignment number 2, you're actually building you're building an entity relationship diagram, just one, using the same technique that you had tons of practice with so far already. By the time you finish number 1, you'll have tons of practice with it. And you're just translating the diagram into a set of tables. So it's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. Number 3, the last one, is pretty easy, actually. Well, okay. Number 3 is answering a bunch of syntax. Well, okay. Number 3 is you're going to specify the following queries. So you're going to write SQL queries for this database scheme. What you might want to do, you don't have to do this, but you might want to, and the next time I'm actually going to have a computer with Oracle installed on it, and we'll see some Oracle stuff. This is all theory this weekend. Next weekend we'll actually see some Oracle stuff. I have to somehow get a computer that's going to support it. But what you might want to do to make this assignment number 3 easier is to install Oracle or MySQL or SQL Server or some database. Just create the tables so you can test out the queries. The queries are going to be challenging. They're going to be more challenging than the assignment that we did in class. So this is an upgraded version. Not too much challenging, yes? Perfect. Do you have it? Oh, I'm looking for 10G, like on a disc. I'm gonna go to a bookstore, old bookstore, and see if I can buy it, like on a back of a, because then I can run it on XP. I can't run 11G on my XP system, so I need to find like an old book. Which is what my homework assignment is, to find 10G somehow, or upgrade my computer. I'm not gonna do that anyway. So we look at a bunch of table schemes. It doesn't have any data in it. We run some queries on the table, very similar to the last assignment that we did. This is probably going to be the most challenging one of all of the assignments. You're going to specify the queries, and the queries, I will tell you, are kind of tricky. They're not impossible, but they're kind of challenging. Don't worry about getting these queries correct either. I will have a solution that I'm going to give you on November 2nd that's going to tell you what these queries are supposed to look like. And we're going to go over these and see what, if you can compare the answer sheet with what you did, so that you can see where you went wrong with it, and you can also, you know, learn to improve on it. Because Friday and Saturday are all about finishing up SQL, finishing up entity relationship, starting with some Oracle stuff, and then Sunday is the final exam, so then we're over with. So that's kind of like the way that this course is going to go. Believe it or not, we've done like half of it already, which is good. So a lot of the theory part. Now you can start talking, unless we have questions, comments, or concerns. The exam will be multiple choice. Very similar to the midterm, actually, but not the midterm. But similar to the midterm, but not the midterm. Yeah?
Is there any difference between left inner join and left?
Okay, hold that question for a second. One last thing, unless you have any questions, you are free to go. It's 4:52 for the record. I let you out before 5. Okay.